far as this situation goes, of course we have the taunting that everybody's talking about, and they're bringing the race in situation in. But I didn't so much want to talk about that unless you guys had strong comments you wanted to make on that situation. I really wanted to talk about now the new trending topic of this situation is
about
Jill
Biden.
Biden's wife, Jill, who invited both teams to come to the White House. Usually the winner of the college basketball champion and
NFL, all that.
It's always whatever the
champion,
sport is.
It's never
the
both.
winner gets invited to the White House.
Right.
This is just stupid.
It is. And I feel like she got overly excited because like realistically, it's probably been a while. I think Deladon might have been, or Stewart, Breonna Stewart might have probably been the last like white person that was like really good in women's basketball. Yeah. So I feel like she wanted to put her face attached to that somehow, and I feel like the only way she could do it is like, oh, let's bring him to the White House.
Yeah.
I don't think you can tell this story without race.
Yeah, you can.
And the whole story is race, because and the way I look at it, both players basically did the same thing.
They did.
And if you react differently to Clark doing it versus Reese doing it, that reveals what you are in terms of race concept. If you think that Caitlin Clark is cool or whatever and Reese isn't, you're a racist. It's that simple.
Right.
Because you're fundamentally judging two people doing the same thing in a different way, and the only differentiating factor is whiteness. And you know, and I do agree with you in the sense that, you know, with this White House thing, you know, white people are funky. Yeah. They want like representation in things that they're struggling in.
Yeah, for sure, most definitely.
And they're not, you know, they're not prominent in basketball. They're not prominent in most sports. And when they find like the Great White Hope,
and I'm not gonna lie,
they latch onto that.
Is tough.
Well, and I want to say this. I want to continue this point. So the white people will gravitate towards this, and I think that's what Biden fell into. Is this? Oh, we have this great, you know,
absolutely,
everybody loves her, whatever. The person that gets lost in this is the actual player, and you know, she's a hooper. She knew what she did. She said something recently that like she's like, I got no issue with what Angel did. Right. You know, they're fellow hoopers. They exist in the same space. They may not have the same color, but they're hoopers, and that's their commonality. The rest of the people who watch this and cherry pick that are the problem. That's where the lens of race comes in.
As it always is. People are dumb. We talk about it all the time.
Exactly. But that's where the race element comes in. You leave it to those two girls, you know, it's just hoopers playing ball.
I do take an opposing view to the Biden situation, though. Of course, I'm on the same page as far as the taunting goes and all of that. Yeah. But as far as this Jill Biden thing goes, I'm on the opposing side.
In what sense?
I think Angel is tripping. I do. I think she's tripping. If you listen to her comments about it, so she's upset that Jill invited both teams, which is odd thing. But I look at it from I think it is a realm. It is a possibility. It is a possibility that Jill, if not racist, wanted to be a part of Caitlin's energy that she has going on. It's whatever, next great white player, whatever the case may be. There is a world where that is possible and true. But I think there's also a world that's possibly true. Jill doesn't watch basketball. Neither does Biden.
Yeah.
And neither does President Biden. They're casuals. And she goes to a game. Probably she's only been
she
to
ain't never been
couple,
to one.
A handful,
she ain't never
if
been to one.
any. Right.
She ain't never been to one.
And she sees this game, and she sees a really good game played by Caitlin versus a really good team. LSU beats them by quite a few points. And she says, I want to see both teams come to this White House. Now,
she really didn't want to see LSU though.
We don't know that. I'm just saying. Hold on. Let me finish my point, because it is a world. I'm telling you, it's a world where that's possible.
For
she didn't want LSU to come. But I'm saying I think there's a world where she's literally just oblivious and doesn't know. Like doesn't understand the history of winners, how only winners come and why only winners come, and I think she really just
I reject that
sportsmanship.
I reject that completely, because her husband was in the White House for 8 years as VP. He's been a lifelong politician for 40 years. She may not know a darn thing about basketball or any sport.
Knows.
You know the protocol. Yeah. Winning teams make a White House appearance.
But it's not. It's not like I'm saying. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's okay, both teams come. They were in the championship game. They played hard. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm saying I think it's not not honest, but damn, it's okay. Like it's okay for her to suggest that. Now hold on.
We
now,
can't celebrate stupidity.
Another
Like, seriously.
Another reason why Angel was upset at that, is because like they Jill was supposed to come by the locker room. The players said no, don't come to the locker room because
she was actually at the actual game.
She was at the actual game.
Yeah, she was.
And she was supposed to come by LSU's locker room, okay? And LSU said, and Angel leading the charge, no, you can't come in here. All right? And her reason for that is because President Biden had LSU losing like in the first or second round. Like you didn't believe in us.
See, okay, so like my thing with that is I feel like these kids, like a lot of times, like a lot of them probably need media training a lot because it's like there's certain things that you shouldn't say just for the optics, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like that, like, because so that was before she said what she said, correct?
As far as both teams,
that was before.
Yeah, if that's
okay.
Post
So like,
game,
like honestly, like she could have let that go. Like that could have been let go. Like it is what it is. Like everybody make mistakes. Like did nobody know who's gonna win the tournament? You know what I mean? So like I don't feel like that was a reason not to bring her in. But like I feel like what she said, like I feel like that was really off the wall. Like when I got the notification, I was looking and I was like, both teams. I've never. And it's like, bro, like honestly, like when you're watching that game, you can't tell me it don't give you Texas and what was it? Kentucky and
Texas Western.
Yes, and Texas Western.
Yeah.
100%. You can't tell me that it wasn't the same type of vibe. Like just even if you was on Twitter like that night when it was happening. Like
well, you had the same dynamic in the semifinal game with South Carolina.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Yeah, and that's true. But my overall thing is I think she's tripping a little bit now. Now, my ultimate point to the situation, I told Pink off air about this, is women's college basketball, they seem to thrive off storylines. Maybe not similar to this with the race with the Caitlyn, who's a white girl who's a really good hooper versus, whatever, Angel. But they thrive off good storylines. It seems like every year or every other year, every couple of years, they have a really good storyline with a couple of really good players, and the tournament blows up and a lot of people watch it.
Yeah.
And then somehow these same players who generate so much viewership and headlines and all of that through the tournament, they go to the WNBA and they just erase. If it wasn't for Grindr going to jail, like Pink said, I didn't even know what team she was playing for in the WNBA.
Yeah. See, it's great because
they just erased from public memory.
My lady, she she played basketball D1 and all that too. So like she's real. Like a lot of her friends are in the WNBA and stuff like that. So it's like I watch it because like we're watching her friends. You know what I mean? So like I'm kind of up to date with like most of the players in the WNBA. And like honestly, like it's getting better. Like, and I'm gonna go record a WNBA game. Courtney Williams, I don't know if you know who that is. She plays for the Suns.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go record her soon.
Okay.
And it's just like when you're watching them, like honestly, they're more skilled most of the time. Like they're skilled because they have to be like they can't rely on their athleticism, their quickness all the time. So like if you watch them, like they really shoot their ball for real.
No, and I don't think it's the basketball.
Right. It's just the casuals can't. The casuals. It's hard for people, like if someone's not getting dunked on or.
No, I don't think it's that. I don't think, you know why I don't think it's that? Because women's college basketball do just fine.
Right.
This is the most viewed game.
I think it's also because, like, think about it. If a college is attached to it, like, most people, like, they're more likely to watch a college game of any kind over an NBA game, too. So it's like, I feel like it kind of is skewed a little bit because it's like the girls, it's going to get better. Like, absolutely going to get better.
No, I mean, I think it's the storyline.
The college dynamic is unique. It's not really paralleled in the professional ranks. Like I went to Florida State, and so like you'll always have this thing. It's like if throughout the course of the year. Now I'm primarily a football and basketball guy, but like during the course of if the women's softball team or the baseball team gets close to the title, like oh wait, let me pay attention to that a little bit because I'm Florida State.
Right. Yeah, that's because you're Florida State. But what if it was Wyoming?
But somebody Wyoming.
What I'm saying is, at the college level, you'll always have every school has those people.
Yeah. But that's not what I'm bringing up. What I'm bringing up is the women's college basketball have casuals. They had me watching this game. I didn't go to either one of these schools, and they had 19 million other people watching this game that didn't go to any one of these schools.
But
my
what
overall
the viewership
point is,
be like for the rest of the season?
low. It was the tournament that
There's
blew up.
something about the tournament that draws
It's
us
something
out.
about
It's
the
the
women's
do or
college
die.
basketball tournament.
Yeah.
Because the men's basketball college tournament was low. This was the lowest in the past like 15 years.
But think
for
about all
men.
the teams
so it's
that
not
got no. Think about all the teams that got kicked out early.
But that's a part of the
that's
men's
the
tournament.
but that was
But
huge.
This year was more like
That's why it
more.
was so low because
was
Kansas lost early,
Yeah,
Houston
yeah.
lost. We had Memphis lose first
But
round.
look at LSU. What I mean, look at these two guys. What was the women? What was their rankings? They weren't 1 and 1 seed. If I'm not mistaken, LSU was like a 4 or 5.
No, I think.
One of those was a 4 or 5.
Well, they had to
those
play
teams.
each other. Oh no, because when she was at Maryland, because like that wasn't the first time she played Caitlin Clark either.
No, it wasn't.
She used to play her in the Big Ten when she was at
But
Maryland.
hold on, because I didn't bring home the point. The point I'm bringing home is, I think the women's college basketball is similar to the NBA, where women's college basketball is similar to the NBA, where they thrive off storylines and stars.
Yeah.
WNBA, they don't thrive off either. They don't do a good job off of pushing either.
That's the truth.
So my proposal to them, my suggestion, my idea, is to fuel this as a Magic Johnson, Larry Bird moment
for
with
sure.
these two women. Fuel that for them coming to WNBA and push the hell out of these two, whether they become great in the WNBA or not. Use this as a catalyst and push them through to the WNBA and continue to push this main storyline.
But it will only work if they become great. Because Magic and Larry would not have been what it was if they were not great.
But in the beginning, it's going to work.
Yeah.
It's like rookie season is going to work
a little
for a
bit,
little bit.
But
they
honestly-
don't have anything right now.
honestly,
Like, what did the WNBA have? I don't even know who's the best player right now. Like, I don't know anything.
the girl at it's two the one girl in New York, what's her name, Yudesco or something like that, the little white girl, she was at where did she go last year? I forgot, but
I don't know anything of a Desco, Fresco. If you're similar to the name, I've never heard of that name.
yeah.
But like me personally, Caitlin Clark is gonna be a way better WNBA player than Angel
Because she
Reese.
can get buckets, she can score.
She could, like
and
Angel
she's-
Reese is just big right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she has a lot to learn. That's why she's like both of them are gonna go back because they're both young.
Yeah.
But like Angel Reese, a lot of her stuff, like 5 of her rebounds come from her own misses. You know what I mean? And that and that nothing wrong with it because she's a dog. You know what I mean? But like if you giving me the number 1 pick and I'm picking
Caitlin's
between,
more skilled.
I'm taking Caitlin every time.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with race, none of that. It's just like the stuff that Caitlin Clark is doing. Name one other girl basketball player we've ever seen do that. Deladon, Lisa Leslie.
That's tough. That's tough. You're saying that though.
Who's done it?
They've had some beasts in college. Like she's she's not the best women's college basketball player I've ever seen. You could say if you're saying she's the most skilled you ever seen, that's something different.
Right. Yeah.
That's something different.
Yeah.
But she's not like the best women's college basketball player I've ever
Because
seen.
you got
It's been some monsters to come through.
and what's the girl from that retired early?
The short guard,
The one out in the Yukon, and then she
Taurasi, not Taurasi.
not
She played a
Taurasi.
long time.
dang, what is her name? She quit because her husband was in jail.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, shoot, man.
Damn, what is
Yeah,
her name?
Maya Moore.
Maya Moore.
She was pretty too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maya.
so like her, like I feel like she was probably more of a dog than what you, but
Maya
she
got
still.
buckets.
But like if you watch the way that she handles the ball, if you watch the way she got that thing on a string, if
You
you
talking
watch,
about Caitlin or
yeah,
you talking
Caitlin.
about- okay.
If you see how like she's pulling up from 35, like that's not normal, and it's like every time she shoot the ball, everybody think it's good. And she did this. She basically was like LeBron. Like look at her team. Her team wasn't good.
Yeah, they helping us out. Maya Moore, they know. Our viewers know more about women's college basketball than we do. Shout out to Samaya Blunt. That's my first time seeing her.
That's my girl.
That's your girl?
Yeah.
That's my first time seeing her.
We can find somebody in the parking lot that knows more about women's basketball than me. I just don't watch the product, man. It's just not good for me.
Yeah.
Nah, but like it's crazy because
And
like
Chris said he likes women's basketball. Honestly, the good.
nah,
ones.
like women's basketball is lit, man. Like honestly, like I've learned to watch it more. Like okay, so when I was younger, I used to go to my girls' game all the time when we was in high school, and like she was raw as hell, and she used to just be killing, like, and like she was super long, and she would like get steals and like score a lot. You know what I mean? So it kind of like helped me like damn, girls are really good. Cause like when I was in middle school, like girls were good, but it was like this was the first time I looked at a girl and was like, wow, these motherfuckers can really play. You know what I mean? And then just like over the years, like it got like as I moved forward and like started seeing like more girl hoopers and stuff like that, it just like started to become more apparent that these girls really like put in the same amount of work that we do, and like people gotta know that.
Exactly. And Kobe is giving us some names that come to memory. Candace Parker. Of course,
like,
she was
like,
good. Skylar Diggins was a beast.
I love both of them, right? I love both of them. Like I loved Candace Parker when she was at Tennessee. You know what I mean? I felt she did everything. I just feel like she still was one of them players that like she was big, right?
Yeah.
And like a lot of her stuff came from her being big.
Yeah.
She is 6. What is she? 6 foot. So she's big and she can shoot.
Caitlin.
Yeah, she's big, shoot, and dribble. Like that's the thing. Like a lot of them had one of those qualities. Where like they can dribble, but they couldn't shoot, or they were big and they could like make layups and stuff like that. But it's just like the stuff she doing. It's just
So
like
you saying Grinder mostly got off because she was.
hell. She's
bigger than everybody
6'8". She's 6'8".
But remember, they were literally talking. Hey, can she go to the NBA?
Man,
Remember
she
that?
said that she can beat DeMarcus Cousins. Hey, she said she could beat DeMarcus Cousins.
As soon as I
That's
said
ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous.
And you know what's
But that
funny?
was a real
She believed it.
conversation, and we never
Amongst idiots.
We never had that conversation before about any other women's college basketball player.
She believed that shit too.
She really did.
She did.
And DeMarcus was like in his
So
prime.
one
That
of
was crazy.
Like we said, anybody could be stupid.
You know, but you know what's funny though? Like so like I'm not gonna completely disrespect her in that way because like so you guys know Alexis Prince, right?
Yeah, I remember that name.
Okay.
I've actually played on the court with her.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. And I was about to say.
Alexis, what, Edgewater, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I was in middle school, Alexis came. She came and she played my school. My school was undefeated at the time. I think she might have dropped 35, easy, like 35. Like I'm like, damn, who the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Like, who the hell is coming and killing our girls like that? You know what I mean? Fast forward to high school, All American, just killing shit all the way through. And it was like when me and my brother, we used to go to the gym EKO in Eatonville, and
EKO.
we used to pick Alexis up over other boys. Like, swear to God. And Alexis would run with us, like really run with us. And it was like, it was no difference between like how she was playing and how we was playing. And even my girl, like when I first came back from school, me and my girl used to kill people at the rec all the time. And it was just like, damn, like how the hell are y'all able to do this? And it was just like, the girls be just as good. It's just like they're just not as strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like that's the only thing that like we kind of have over them. We jump higher than them. So it's like that shit kind of like take over.
Nah, for sure.